I'm just gonna skip that one.
Oh, don't. That was funny. That was awesome. I came up with that myself.
Hmm. Hello and
If
welcome
your
back.
grandma made you a if your grandma made you a plate of cookies and the cookies had the N-word on them, but they tasted really good, are you gonna say, "Grandma, these cookies suck. I'm not gonna eat anymore, even though they're amazing"? No, I don't think
Well,
so.
I think you can scrape off the N word being written on the cookie. You can't really scrape off the intro you had there. So,
Yeah,
welcome
I
back
can.
to
I can just
Northwest
say it
Trenches,
was funny.
episode 27. Yet again, we are just hanging out in a call on this nice Friday. Actually, a very early recording for this one, so
Yeah.
there's that to think
Yep.
about.
Yep. Another Donald Trump, they tried to the deep state Jewish
Hmm.
mafia or whatever tried to kill him or some shit.
Oh yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's been
A lot of people are
that's
saying he had a JoJo stand that told him to move his head in a certain
yeah,
direction ahead of time.
yeah, Jojo Siwa.
Mm-hmm.
Jojo
Mm-hmm.
Siwa.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you, JoJo Siwa is changing the industry. Um,
she is.
but
Well, like
outside of that,
even like more so than music, like she saved Donald Trump. Jojo
mm-hmm,
saved him.
mm-hmm.
And I've been very harsh about her in the past and I know I'm trying to turn a new leaf with her and I got to say for a gay woman to really just put herself out there to just keep the one true glorious leader, President Donald J.
You're
Trump,
saying it like you're
alive.
saying it like he's Xi Jinping or however that guy's name is pronounced.
He's better than Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping's all like, "Oh, the communism, Xi
He
Jinping,"
is a
and
mess of
Trump's
a
just like,
guy, that's for
"Shut up!
sure.
I don't want to hear you talking in Chinese. I don't know that
I
language. You will
I think
not
it's
speak it around me."
I think it'd be funny if Trump just kind of like disowned everything ever. And he's just like, it's a blank slate. I almost died. I need some medical marijuana for my injury. And that's all I
Dude,
want.
Trump should absolutely go on medical marijuana. That would be so.
Boofed on the on the grand stage.
Well, he always, anytime he takes the stage, he does it with like such a fucking swagger to him, and he's just like, yeah, what's up? Bitch? I'm Donald Trump. If he imagine he comes out on stage and he's just like, just coming out on the fucking debate stage or whatever, just
Fuck
cheap
Biden.
and
I
bone.
don't give a shit. I have 6 lives left and I don't want to use any of them.
Joe Biden, he doesn't smoke weed. Me, I do. Joe Biden, if he smoked my weed, he would die. There would be no more Joe Biden for this country.
Joe Biden, he would
I smoke the best
overdose.
weed.
He would overdose on marijuana. First of his kind.
Today, I'm smoking on rainbow motor oil, runts, straight
Kratom.
marijuana. It's one of the
Kratom.
best.
He's smoking on that kratom.
Dude, yeah. Donald Trump does a shit ton of kratom. He goes out on stage and he starts nodding off and shit.
He's like one level down from Fint. And
Yeah.
just
Like,
just falling over.
yeah. Well, that's what kratom does. The kratom affects your like opioid receptors. So if you do a bunch of it, it's basically like doing Percocet.
Hmm.
Or if you do a ton of it, you're basically doing heroin at that point. So,
Man.
yeah, Donald Trump. They need to give Joe Biden kratom. I feel like
I think
that would
kratom
fix
would
him
be the
up pretty good.
difference. It would make a
Yeah,
difference for how he
it would be the
acts.
fucking X. That would easily be the X factor for Joe Biden if he just started popping kratom capsules like all day.
I made a joke this morning because my dad just got back from a work trip, and
A
he was
joke
watching,
Biden, joke Biden.
and he's watching Fox News, and Biden starts walking up his private jet or private plane, whatever it is, presidential plane. And I go, oh man, did they just like inject him with like 5 steroids and hope that he could get up the stairs okay? And my dad lost it to it. It was like the dumbest joke ever.
I was
Outside
I
of
was
that, I have
fucking
another dumb joke.
yeah. Go
That
ahead.
this guy that reminds me of my former mentor. When we do our walks every once in a while at the mall, I walked past him, and my mom was wearing a shirt that has an outline of Pennsylvania, and it says Pittsburgh underneath. And he goes, "Is Pittsburgh in the United States?" I don't fucking know. Is Pittsburgh in the United States? And my mom went, "What? Yeah, I think." And then
I
just
hope
walked
so.
past him. Is Pittsburgh in the United States? I'm not sure.
Why come Pittsburgh? Why come I don't know why Pittsburgh in the United States? What? Why come? Is that the state of Pittsburgh on your shirt? Why come the state of Pittsburgh so big?
My mom also was talking about this certain medicine that my dad has to take now, and it sounds so similar to rooster cum, and I went, "He has to put cum in his system? What?" And she's like, "No, it's not cum, it's rooster cum or something like that." And I was just like, "What the fuck is rooster cum? Why is he getting fertilized right now? What is this?
You should have
shit?
just been like, "Oh, Dad's gay now. Dad's gay now. Oh, got your ass. Got your ass."
We keep joking that he's ladylike too. So it kind of added up in this conversation.
Holy shit.
Man.
Dude, you guys are straight up mogging your dad right now. That is like the definition of mogging.
But outside of that, the walk today was very productive. We talked about All Elite Wrestling and how fucking trash their booking is. They booked a 1 hour match between two guys.
Wait, one match?
Well, 1 hour
one match for 1 hour
between two guys. And that was a fucking match on their show the other day. I don't know why. It was terrible. It was one of the blandest things I've ever seen. They introduced this British guy who was in Japan for a while, and they're like, "Oh, he's the next big star. He's gonna do a lot." And then they bring back a guy who's already been a world champion for them, and they go, "Yeah, but that guy beats him. Mm-hmm. That guy's overpowered. He beats him." So the guy you're hyping up loses all his hype because he lost. You know, like. It's kind of like when WWE were like, "Oh, Lex Luger. Look at Lex Luger. Look at Bret Hart." And then they would have Hogan beat them for no reason. It's the same thing. It doesn't make sense. And it pisses me off. Honestly. It's like the worst kind of booking. Outside of wrestling, there has...
Dude, they had...
bouncing around. I'm sorry. What's up?
They had... I fucking walked out into the living room yesterday, and on Fox News, my mom was getting high off that Fox News pack once again. And I think it was...
My mom was doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think it was Jesse Waters or somebody like that, on one of them Fox guys, was interviewing Hulk Hogan. And I guess Hulk Hogan is going to speak at the RNC.
Yeah, he did that yesterday. And he was like, brother, he is a real American brother. I have fake hair under my bandana, brother.
What I need to fucking know is, what are Hulk Hogan's prerequisites to be able to get on stage and speak at the RNC? Because I was just thinking about his career, what I know about it.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I'm thinking about the Hulkster's career and what I know about it. I'm like, okay, him and Randy Savage are pretty tight. He says brother a lot. I think Republicans do that. Cocaine, like a lot of that, and steroids.
Well,
any of those that I just stated, what makes that a prerequisite to speak at the fucking Republican National Convention? I'm not saying don't let the Hulkster speak.
Yeah.
He already kind of did. You know, I want more of that, but I just want to know who is in charge of booking these people. And when they saw the Hulkster's name, they were like, Absolutely. We got to get this guy on stage fucking now.
Well,
Like, who is in charge of that?
Hulk Hogan was famous in the WWF when it was still the WWF. And that was the 80s, like 84 to like 93, somewhere in there.
Yeah, Reagan era.
And during that time, at WrestleMania, I think 7 or 8, they went to Trump Plaza and had
Oh,
a show
yeah.
there. Turns out it was too big of a plaza, so instead they did Caesar's parking lot.
What the fuck?
And Hulk Hogan won the main event. And since it was Trump's like area over there, they just kind of hung out. Yeah, they just kind of hung out. Trump has always been very close to Vince McMahon. So whenever Trump has a business opportunity, he talks to Vince about certain spots in the country.
Trump, I kind of forgot, Trump has been on the WWE. He's like wrestled before.
He has had Bobby Lashley represent him against Umaga at WrestleMania, I think 19. And Bobby Lashley won, and the objective was hair versus hair. Since Bobby Lashley has no hair, it's really funny that he won. So they shaved Vince McMahon's head as a result.
Did they do it in like a wrestling move style? Like,
yeah, they did it in like a wrestling ring.
And shave?
Yeah, yeah. And Donald's going, fuck yeah, fuck that guy, fuck yeah, right behind Bobby Lashley. And Vince is going, no, don't shave my hair, no! And he's shaking his head around all terrified. Exactly. It's a really good scene. And then you go, oh yeah, Vince McMahon did all that terrible stuff for like the past 40 years. Never mind. Yeah. You know? It's one of those.
Yeah.
It's also why Linda McMahon got a spot in his cabinet. Same reason. Because they were friends.
Yeah. More like Vince Mick having sex with a man.
I mean, there's a small chance he might have done that at one point.
Hey, yo. Legit?
Yeah.
Is this like
the issue that was coming across in like the late 70s, late 80s, like that whole span from like 78 to 89 is that there was this guy named Pat Patterson. And
wow, what a name.
They would hire a bunch of people to set up the ring called Ring Boys. And they're all like 16 to 20-year-old ring boys.
No, dude, this is like Afghanistan.
And Pat Patterson, allegedly, I will say allegedly, I believe the man is dead now, but I'll still say allegedly.
Dead men tell no tales.
Essentially, Pat Patterson was trying to make these people sway to the gay side with him in order to get further up in the company.
So he's like James Charles.
In a way. He also did this to some wrestlers who were in the lower rungs, like jobbers and such. He would go, hey, I know you just like, you're living from paycheck to paycheck real bad right now, but like, if you suck my dick, you'll get a promotion. You'll go to mid-card. How about that?
Holy shit.
Yeah. But again, this is alleged in case Pat Patterson is still alive and somehow he hears it.
So fucking pro wrestling just had their own Harvey Weinstein just walking around raping little... Well, no, he raped women. Still, regardless.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Jeffrey Epstein was involved. Was Vince McMahon's name ever
I don't think he
on
was
any
in
of
that
the
ledger.
Epstein shit?
No, I don't think
he was either.
Vince McMahon is just an awful guy because he was cheating on his wife actively and then writing it off with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then after
people
he
who
just kind of
cheat
like abused a girl in 2020s. We've talked about it before. And then he covered up Pat Patterson as much as he could. He covered up steroids as much as he could. And then it turned out to be, oh shit, he actually did do steroids. Like a fuck ton of steroids. He gave out steroids. That's why Chris Benoit killed his family. It was all steroids.
Well, yeah. Well, like, what's crazy to me is, like, just because I work out and I lift and, like, I look into, like, fitness shit, it's pretty fucking easy once you have an eye for it to tell who is doing like steroids and supplements and shit and who's natural.
Yeah.
And Randy Savage was on steroids.
A
Hogan
telltale
was on
sign. A
steroids.
telltale sign now
Fucking
is the shoulder size.
yeah.
If you have
Eddie
really blown
Guerrero,
up shoulders,
he was on steroids.
Eddie, when he went into the main event, had steroids in his system. That's why his heart gave out.
Yeah, literally all of those guys fucking did steroids. I would even argue like John Cena probably was doing steroids and The Rock when they were
They didn't
when they
really
were wrestling.
start cracking down until Chris Benoit did what he did.
Yeah.
So that's why John Cena's shoulders went slightly smaller in 2008. Same thing with Randy Orton. Same thing with Batista, because Batista was just a fucking roider. He was so fucking big in like 2005, and he was already like 32. There's no reason he should be that jacked at 32.
I remember seeing Batista just like on the TV or something for like promos and shit, like advertising like WWE Raw and stuff like that when I was a kid. And Batista was so big, he kind of freaked me out. I was like, dude, I don't want to. I would,
man.
Yeah, don't put me in a fucking room with this guy. This guy's kind of scary, and meanwhile I'm like 8 years old. Like, it's terrifying.
Yeah, Kane from like I want to say like 97 to like 2003 was all roids. Like, there's no way around it. That guy was able to flip, and he's 7 foot tall. There's no fucking way a normal person who's 7 foot can flip like that.
Yeah, steroids are just because like WWE is more for show. Like, they're putting a show on. They have shit they have to do. So like, if you're putting on a show, you kind of have to have a costume department. And then if you're doing wrestling, I guess steroids kind of go into that costume department to an extent, because you have to have jack guys out there. Like, they have to look good, and they also have to like be good functionally, because like there's a difference between working out to look good and working out to actually like lift. And the steroids, I think, help them do a little bit of both, because they have to do both. They have to look good, and then they also have to pick guys up over their heads and be able to like throw them and slam them. So I can imagine the whole fitness aspect for like professional wrestling is like incredibly stressful. So I can 100% see why these guys would willingly do steroids. It doesn't mean it's good, but like if I were in their position, like, and I'm not getting big enough, and Vince McMahon's like, hey, here's some trend for you, cycle this for a couple weeks, I'd be like, fuck it, who cares, I'm doing it. I'm making 6 figures, I might as well, I can pay for the health insurance.
I very much dislike fitness YouTubers and fitness Instagram models, because it seems like every time it's like a very jacked lady, you can tell they're roided out. They have supplements. They have all sorts of shit in their system. Yeah. But they won't tell you. It's kind of like the Liver King thing in that way.
Well, Liver King, everybody knew the people who didn't know that he was doing steroids just don't know enough about weightlifting, I feel like, and just how that shit works. I don't know, when it comes to influencers, like the ones that are open about being on whether they're on gear or they're like just doing like testosterone, like TRT basically. The ones that are honest about it, I can watch them. Like there's one guy that I really like, Dr. Mike Israetel. He's open. He's like, yeah, I've done steroids in the past. Every now and then I still do them, depending on, whatever the situation calls for. But he also gives you like really good fitness, weightlifting advice. He's like part of the reason that I even really started getting like better at weightlifting. I used to really suck at it and just not know what the fuck to do, and I'd look like a fucking clown in the gym all the time. But I watched like enough of his videos to where it's like, okay, I have a better understanding of this shit. Sam Sulek, he's like really big right now. He's
physically too. Sam Sulek is a giant dude.
Yeah, physically and metaphorically, dude's big right now. But he's open that he's on test. And then I think when it comes to females, there's like Lean Beef Patty. She's like the big female one. I don't think she's on gear.
I don't think so.
I
But
haven't
there are
heard
some girls who are
anything.
like our age who
Oh
weightlift,
yeah,
but they have like the fucking puffed out shoulders like
yeah,
three
no,
times over, and their back is white as hell. And every
yeah, they
time I
like they
see
look.
it, I'm like, you're just on gear, dude. I can't fucking can't
Yeah,
relate to your shit.
yeah, and like they always look super vascular to the
Mm-hmm.
point where their tits feel like they're like hard, like you can't squeeze them, like you'd squeeze it and it would just be muscle. That's what their
Yeah,
boobs look
some of
like,
them are
man.
like that. It's very weird, and it's weird because they're so young too.
Yeah,
It's gonna suck when they're like 40 and they look like they're 60 because of all the fucking
yeah.
roids in their system.
Well, yeah, and like the other thing, a lot of people like there's a lot of people who will lift weights and they'll get into steroids and they'll keep doing them like into their 30s and stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like by the time you hit like maybe 32, maybe don't do that so much because the main thing with getting big and strong, your heart is not going to be able to keep up with that as time goes on. Like you
Yeah,
can't
that's why
let
Eddie had so many issues, is because he was built like Rey Mysterio, and then
yeah,
he roided himself to the point where he was as big as like Kurt Angle, which is
sure.
fucking crazy. But he did
Yeah.
that, and that's what killed his heart.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would ever do steroids. However, I am currently that why I got blood work today. I was getting my hormones checked to
Mm-hmm.
see if I can get TRT so I can actually like
So you can
look
get more
cool and
chest
shit.
hair and grow about 20 pounds of muscle out of nowhere,
Fuck yeah.
and grow
Fuck
like
yeah, dude.
6 inches taller, and your
Yeah.
hair
Oh,
magically grows longer
the
too.
6 inches taller thing, that 6 inches taller thing would be fucking perfect. I'd be
Dude,
6 feet tall.
dude, that'd be sick. Can you
That would be
imagine
sick.
just being a fucking jacked king walking around? You would probably
I know, and
scare
I'd be
the shit
tall.
out of everybody.
I know. I mean, I already do. Nah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just kidding. That's edgy. That's like the guys that post like edgy wolf pictures
Yeah.
and they're like they make the caption is about like loyalty
Mm.
or like why people shouldn't cross me because inside I'm a savage alpha wolf. Like just fucking I my old neighbor at my apartment was one of those guys. He would always try and act and I openly heard him say like I'm an alpha male and all this shit, but it's like no, you snort cocaine every day and you're like 150 pounds soaking wet and I could probably pick up and slam you on the ground if the fucking situation required it.
Mm-hmm.
But that guy was always trying to fight me and shit and he thought he was an alpha male and he had plenty of opportunities to beat me up. He could have jumped me at any point, done anything. He just didn't.
Mm.
And that's how you know like if somebody has to say, "Oh, I'm an alpha male," they're probably not.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't fear somebody that's like says shit like that
I
because they're probably
I
deep down an insecure pussy.
Yeah. There's no self confidence in going, "Oh, I'm the best around. You can't fucking do shit to me. I'm beautiful. I'm amazing."
Yeah,
Because at the
yeah,
end of
and
the
they're
day, it's like you say that, but your wiener's like 2 inches long. You know?
yeah, exactly. Like how are you gonna say to my face that you're an alpha male when I can pleasure your wife better than you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't know. The real like alpha male because I don't believe in that shit at
Yeah.
all. Because say you're in a workplace and you're being a piece of shit and you think you're an alpha male, some quote unquote beta male that is above you in the company could just come and just out alpha you just because he's above you. So realistically, that shit doesn't exist. But I will say this. If you can step into a room and have like the knowledge in your head
Mm-hmm.
that like, hey, I'm dominating this room right now, but you don't let it get to your head, that's if you're gonna call yourself an alpha male, I think that's a prerequisite for it. Like I said, I don't believe in that shit, but if you have enough self-awareness to know that you can dominate a social situation or like, really lead a room or something, that's like really what that shit's about. If you can rally people behind you for whatever. That's
Yeah.
what I think at
Yeah.
least. What do I know though?
What I do know is that Mr. Breast has a Zaxby's menu item.
Yeah, I fucking saw that.
and the ad for it is fucking insane because he goes, I'm not actually in a Zaxby's. I'm in front of a green screen, and I'm not even Mr. Beast. And then he pulls off his face, and it's Chandler. And Chandler goes, get the Mr. Beast burger at Zaxby's. And then the ad cuts off.
Wait, did they use a Mr. Beast like skin mask?
Yeah, they cut it so that it looks like it's like the same motion. So he grips his neck like right here, and then it cuts, and it's Chandler gripping the mask right here, and then he pulls it off.
Does the mask look convincing?
Yeah, it was
Dog.
pretty decent.
I've been seeing a bunch of shit because I follow a bunch of conspiracy schizo pages on Instagram. They've been fucking going off about Mr. Beast for some reason recently.
A lot of people are saying all his friends are just genetic copies of him with different like objectives in life. Because Chandler does look kind of similar.
I haven't seen all that, but what the schizos are
the twink
saying
version, I guess. But go on.
Yeah, so what the schizos are saying is that Mr. Beast, because he kind of in a way popped up out of nowhere. So what people are saying, the schizos, is that Mr. Beast got involved with the Freemasons. Yeah. And then he got to a point in the Freemasons where they're like, hey, you're trying to be a famous YouTuber, you're getting some traction, we can help you. So the Freemasons help out Mr. Beast. He has like millions of subs now, right? This is pre Chris's transition. So the Freemasons go back to Mr. Beast and they're like, hey, we see you're doing really good. Do you like what you're doing? Mr. Beast, obviously, he's making a shit ton of money. He says yes. They say, do you want to get to the next level? Mr. Beast wants to get to the next level. He says yes. They say, okay, we need you to participate in a humiliation ritual. It's either got to be you or one of your team members got to be like gay or trans or something. So I guess through discussion, Mr. Beast was like, all right, guys, I'll be the trans one.
He's like, even though I have a wife and a kid, I guess it'll be me because I love Jimmy so much.
Yeah, and it's a Freemason humiliation ritual, which is a real thing the Freemasons will do. I want to make that clear. That is something the Freemasons actually do. It's in their doctrine.
If I had my dad on the pod, you and him could talk about Freemason shit for like
Does he hate him?
Whole hour. He's been
Does he fucking hate those guys?
Freemasons for like ever now. Since
Dog,
like,
I would love to chop it up with him.
Since he was literally a kid. So,
is he like super into like the Freemason like deep state conspiracy theory shit?
Like that was what first got him into conspiracy stuff. Was
my god, dude, your dad is so based. I would love to chop it up with him about the Freemasons and like the Illuminati and shit. That would be so badass. He would start spacing out halfway
through the pod, and he'd be like, "Yeah, but like the Browns." Fucking, I missed Joe Flacco. Right? The Browns.
Yeah. He has two interests, and it's Freemason conspiracy theories and the Cleveland Browns.
and Adam Sandler.
Yeah, well, Adam Sandler, he also might be a member of the deep state, too, and I found some evidence behind that.
Deal. That does make sense.
Well, there's this thing that I've also been looking into, and the schizos back this up, you know. They're very if a schizo says something, you have to listen, right?
It's kind of like Daniel Larson. Whatever Daniel Larson says goes. Yeah,
exactly. But fucking there's this thing that a bunch of celebrities and like politicians and shit have been photographed with, and it's this like weird bruise under their eye. Like it's always in like this area. And like there's a shit like the Queen of England, Brad Pitt, like the president of some Central American country. There's like John McCain.
Are you sure it's not a nose job?
Well, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler was one of them. There's a ton of people with this bruise under their eye, and I don't think it was a nose job. I don't know if that would do that.
I don't think Adam Sandler's ever had surgery. unless it
I
was
don't
for
think
like
so
a
either.
twisted
But
like foot or something.
anyhow, so this like bruising that's been a trend across all these like you know, high level figures in society. People, the schizos are saying that it's because they do adrenochrome to keep themselves younger and keep themselves looking good and live longer.
Yeah,
And you have to
that
think
does
a lot
make
of these,
sense.
like Brad Pitt's like what, in his mid 50s?
Mm-hmm.
He does look like he's in his early 30s.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah.
Adam Sandler, he looks really good for his age. All of them do. I mean, the Queen of England was like what, fucking
She's like
9,000 years old when she
92, I
died or
think.
something.
92.
Yeah, 9,200 years old when she died. So like,
She went through a couple time machines in this
yeah,
span.
she's been around the block.
She absorbed Doctor Who's reincarnation policy. Who
Yeah,
do you think
yeah,
she
no. Well, yeah.
reincarnated as?
Um,
It would have to be like a 5-year-old now, right? Or is that
yeah.
is that spacing out time too much? It might be more like a 2-year-old.
What if, what if she came back as some like poor child from the Caucasus who just gets beaten by his dad every day because he won't work hard enough in the fields?
Can you imagine if it's you know, Krishan Rock is this lady who's like dating this dumbass named Blueface?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like Blueface, maybe their kid is a reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth. Which is
I
really
sure
sad.
hope not.
It's really sad because Blueface and Krishan Rock are both really dumb people.
You should have gotten your mom's opinion on the Freemasons.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Just
I should have thought about that.
I figure if for some reason somebody bombs me on this podcast again, it's only happened once, but if somebody does it again, I'm absolutely putting a mic in their face and having them give some opinions.
What's your opinion?
What you got there? You got
on-
some.
It's Arby's fries, but it's the crinkle.
Ooh.
It's the crinkle, not the curly.
I feel like the crinkle ones need a little more salt on them.
Well,
Unless they changed it. Last time I had the Arby's crinkle fries was like 2 years ago.
it really depends.
There's like no Arby's.
It really
here.
depends on how old the potato is, I think.
You think so?
This is a good swerve into a new topic, I guess. We could talk about
Sure.
fast food for a bit.
Yeah, sure. My favorite fast food meal is well, actually no, my ex's favorite fast food meal was my cock between two brioche buns.
I mean,
And
Probably.
yeah,
probably.
no, it absolutely was. I made sure it was.
Were the buns her buns?
I'm not going to say how.
Har.
Yes. Yeah. You know what?
You
Yeah,
had to
that's
think
a
about
much
that joke.
that's
I
a
saw all
that's
the
way
wheels turning on that shit.
that's a way funnier joke than what I was going for.
I'm glad I could piece it together quick.
Are those fries done the Aki way?
I'm not sure what the Aki way would be at this point.
I don't even know what it is either. I think it's just some dude from New York, and he's like, I'm going to make a sandwich the Aki way, and he just makes a regular sandwich normally, but says it's done the Aki way.
Is that the name of the guy that like almost chokes every time he eats something? Is that Aki?
Maybe.
Is that guy?
Maybe.
The British guy that goes, choke me out, and he like barely swallows in time.
Oh, that's Bevo. We've talked about him before.
Bevo. Yeah,
I fucking hate that guy.
Can you imagine if he changed his name to Aki?
He should change his name to Cuck, because that's what he is.
Oof.
We should get him on the show, Bevo.
Dude, that'd be actually kind of nice. I'd be okay with
Yeah,
Bevo.
we could just fucking mog him the entire time.
Yeah, I could just eat normally in front of him and make him pissed off.
Yeah, we can ask him about like the semantics of how he eats his food.
There's a video I saw this morning. You know Aerith from Final Fantasy VII?
I know the name. I'd probably know if I saw her. I'd probably
It's the
jacked off
flower girl.
to that.
It was the flower girl with the braided hair that goes down her back.
Yeah, I probably jacked off to her before.
But they were making fun of arcade craniacs, and Aerith goes, "He's right behind me, isn't he?" and she turns around and Sephiroth in like all the like gross like original game graphics is right behind her, and she goes ah! And it cuts off.
I did see an arcade Craniacs clip used recently, and it was the David Dobrik apology video clip. And I just forgot how fucking funny those guys were. I've been meaning to go back and rewatch some of their videos.
I remember when they were in the middle of like one of their at 3 a.m. challenges.
Yeah.
And then Nicole
surviving.
just randomly, she just goes, I don't like what James Charles is doing. And then it cuts her off for no reason.
Dude, it's shit like that. That's why I love that fucking channel so much.
I'm gonna have sex with the bunny among us.
We're at Chuck E. Cheese at 3 a.m. Gonna drink the Among Us potion. And he always holds it. He always does this. Yeah. The Among Us potion. I should go into the local bowling alley and try and film a video like that. And just see how long it takes them to be like, sir, you can't film here. I'm a fucking bitch, and you can't film here.
If I got more income coming through from where I'm working, right? I would probably film at 6 p.m. videos instead.
At 6 p.m.
And I would just like be in the middle of wherever I'm a security guard and set up the camera to look like it's like lost footage. It'd be pretty sick.
Dude, you could do Frank Hassel style stuff as the security guard, because you have more authority and you can kick people out. Mm-hmm, so if people start getting mad at you for like just fucking with them, you can just be like, actually you're being really rowdy and disrespectful to the establishment. I need to escort you out, or I'm going to call the police.
Can you get kicked out now, please?
Yeah, you called me gay, and if you don't leave, I'm calling the police. So.
Security guards are so funny, man. It's so cool. It's so cool having this job so far.
Do you have to deal with crackheads ever on the job?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Outside of that guy from the story last week, where he illegally parked his car in a private garage. Outside of that, there hasn't been really any crazy people coming through.
Damn. Yeah, that would,
There's been a lot of people asking for Chick-fil-A, but they're closed on Sundays, so why are you here? Is usually what I say.
Well, yeah, those types of people that don't know that Chick-fil-A is closed on a Sunday are godless heathens, and they're going to hell for even asking that question. That's what I think.
I guess some people have been petitioning for the 7-day work week to be available from Chick-fil-A. So now there's
like
a
who,
lot of
customers?
No, like employees. They're like, we need this extra money to afford living. So now they're trying to set it up so that it's a 7 days business.
Yeah, how about instead of trying to make a living at a fast food restaurant, get a real job? How about that?
This maybe as we're podcasting.
I know, the hardest job ever. The U.S. military, they actually, this is recent. I had an active duty Army member tell us this. They've actually been using this podcast to show like, hey, if like you guys have not been like doing the job as well, here's how you do a job and you work hard as fuck. And you know, even though you're tired after a long 1 hour of podcasting, you can still do great things. So they've been using us as an example in the military industrial complex to help the troops like work harder and like not feel as bad after they're like exhausted after a 16-hour workday of mowing the lawn all across the base. Thank you to the U.S. military. Thank you for your service.
I can't wait.
Thank you for serving our country in the most patriotic manner possible. Thank you for your service U.S. servicemen.
I was almost hailing somebody. I had to change my angle a little. But I can't wait for somehow, like 6 months from now, one of these pods is going to get like 1,000 views randomly. Because it's going to suddenly become relevant again. And it's going to get cycled through the system. I'm waiting for it. I don't know which one.
I mean,
I really hope it's Introduction to Baseball Cap Guy, unironically. I really hope that one goes through the cycle and gets like 1,000 views.
We had those 2 episodes that did really good. And I'm like, man, how do we capitalize on that again?
Well,
what do we? How do we get on top of that?
We need to continue to say, subscribe at the end of the podcast. I guess that's our first rule of thumb, is to do that so we have returning viewers.
Either that or we just continue to clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
We just start clickbaiting like super hard, because that's what we did on those 2 episodes.
I'm thinking of putting down Trump shot by steroids or something like that as the title for this one.
Yeah, Trump's on test.
Is Trump on test? ?
Yeah, Donald Trump testosterone supplement evidence or something. Schizophrenic Donald Trump trend PDF file. That's a good title.
PDF file. I really like this reuse of the word pedophile as PDF file.
Are people doing that?
Yeah, people are doing that shit.
I didn't know that.
On TikTok,
what the fuck?
Least.
I had no idea.
Because the rule of service is that you cannot put down pedophile, even if you put a 3 instead of an E on any video. So instead, people are calling it a PDF file.
You know, that reminds me of the Freemasons.
We're back to Freemasons.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. That is strange that they would censor the word pedophile in any context, though. That's a little suspect to me.
Yeah,
I'll just say
especially
that
since
much.
there's convicted pedophiles on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. Like, there's that one guy.
There was that bald guy. There's
the other guy. Yeah. The bald one. There's the guy that had hair also.
This is not descriptive at all. It's awesome.
TikTok's the fucking worst.
EDP,
dude.
I think, had a TikTok. So that counts.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the black one. I guess that's EDP. I think
Dr. Disrespect had one.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't capitalize on his messages, he still technically is one in some ways.
How about instead of Dr. Disrespect, it's Dr. Have Gay Sex, and he's like, penis in my ass, yeah. Penis in my mouth, yeah.
He cheats on his wife, and he goes, I'm sorry, babe. It's just this guy. He was too twinkish for me. It's all I wanted in my life.
Getting fucked in my ass. Yeah. That's what he said. That's how he says it to his wife.
Dude, Dr. Disrespect is such a laughing stock now. And then you realize he's like a 42-year-old man who cannot portray himself on stream. Like, that's so scary.
Like, what do you mean? Like, he has to, like, what do you mean? Like, he has to play a character? Yeah, okay.
It'd be different if he was like 32 and he went, oh yeah, Dr. Disrespect, that's like a dated thing from like early 2000s. I can do something else here. But
I mean, up until the allegations, I don't know. Up until the allegations, he would get really good views on all of his shit. And like, I used to watch his streams for a little bit because they were actually really entertaining. I think he played Tarkov for a little bit. That's why I started watching his stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Ever since the allegations,
he was
PUBG
Daisy guy. He was
a fucking god at Warzone. He was amazing at
Warzone guy. He was man, I fucking forgot the name of this game. But him and Ninja played it around the same time and ran into each other.
Fortnite. It was Fortnite.
It was not Fortnite, but they both have played Fortnite against each other at one point. It was this game that was similar to PUBG at the time. And when you died, it was like a blood splatter with your score. And it says, blank died. Like your username died.
It was, I know what the game is. I can't remember the name.
Man, if Ben is still listening to these podcasts, I really hope he can track that really quick.
Yeah, it was like... Because there was PUBG and Fortnite, and then there's the other one. It was Hunt Showdown or something. Was it Hunt Showdown? Maybe.
So.
I don't know.
It was not. I think Rust, I know the game because Rust was not third person. It was a third person game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's been so long since I thought about that game. I don't even know if there's servers for it still.
Yeah.
I might have to search that up later and just like send it in one of the text chats. But yeah, like I thought when he cheated on his wife and he had that extra stream where he was out of his character, that was going to be the time he changed to just being himself.
Yeah.
And then he just kept doing it. He just kept doing it.
He's like, I wasn't messaging underage girls. Dr. Disrespect was messaging underage girls.
Dude, can you imagine if he pulls that card? I was so into the character. Dude, it was Dr. Disrespect.
I was in character.
It wasn't me. What?
I was just playing a character, guys. God!
Dr. Disrespect's a pedophile, not me. What?
He's the pedophile, not me.
Just starts pointing at his OC in the corner. It's not me. That'd be like a Chris Chan was saying it was Chris Chan from the comic doing all the bad shit. Like, what?
Yeah, he has a picture. He has a picture of himself in the Dr. Disrespect regalia, and he's like, fuck you! Fuck you, you fucking pedophile! Fuck you!
He writes a diss track on his character. Can you imagine?
Yeah, he writes
that's how he comes back. He's Guy
the Dr.
in
Disrespect
the Flash,
track,
and he's dissing on Dr. Disrespect in the background.
Yeah, he calls it the Dr. Disrespect track instead of just the diss track.
I think it's funny to even bring up Dr. Disrespect now because of how delusional that guy was. I didn't realize how fucked up in the head he was until this came out, though. And then I was like,
honestly, I
being
didn't
in a character that long probably just fucked his brain up completely, you know?
Yeah. I didn't really actually look into the allegations. I just know the generalized facts, like...
He was DMing minors, and then Twitch...
Well, yeah, I know that. But, like, what... Was there anything else, like, outside from that generalization? Like, was there any... Like, Dr. Disrespect had plans to meet up with an underage girl, and then Chris Hansen stopped it, or, like, some kind of, like, story around it like that.
He had plans to meet up at TwitchCon, and I think 2018, which is the one where he got banned for going in a bathroom. But...
God damn, a guy can't take a fucking piss anymore? Jesus Christ.
But he was whisper DMing this girl, who was obviously, like, a fan, which is already abuse of power. And then they tracked her shit and figured out, she's, like, 15. You can't do this shit. You're being too, like, weird about this.
God damn.
Yeah. And then he cheated on his wife in the same year. And then...
Didn't he cheat on his wife before?
It was around the same time.
Oh, wait, no. No, okay, all right, I never mind. So the allegations came out recently. I remember he cheated on his wife. Okay, that's... Yeah. All right.
Cheating on his wife came out first. So this has been covered up for like 5 years.
Yeah, this has been a slow burn for the doctor.
And then he got officially banned because they were like, oh shit, she's underage. This is weird. We shouldn't have a guy like this on here. And he got banned in like 2020 or 2019, one or the other. So then he signed up with YouTube, and I believe they just struck his YouTube deal out. Like, he is done.
No shit.
He can no longer stream on there.
I started watching his streams on YouTube.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I started watching his streams on YouTube. I'd wake up hungover on a Wednesday, and I'd be like, damn, I have to be at work in a couple hours. And I would just turn on a Dr. Disrespect stream and dissociate until it was time to leave, basically. Yeah.
Man,
I guess I don't really have any good memories with Dr. Disrespect, considering the fact I woke up feeling like shit every time I watched his stuff.
I hate
So I
that I don't
kind of
remember
associate that
game.
feeling with it.
I'm still drawing a blank on that game. I really hope if Ben's listening, he can quickly let us know after the fact. Because
I'm gonna do some Googling here. Third
person
Battle Royale
2017 might be a good reference year.
Okay, so this says Apex Legends. I know for a fact that's first person,
That's
so Google is lying.
That's so long.
Z1 Battle Royale. There's Cursed FOAD. That sounds retarded.
That sounds like a plane. Why do they have a plane as a battle?
No,
royale?
Yeah, that sounds like a type of bomb Raytheon would make to kill more brown people. Fortnite. Garena Free Fire. That sounds like a Temu Fortnite. Yeah, that sounds like a Temu fucking Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just getting best battle royale game.
Put down 2017 after
good.
the search, if you could.
Sure. Let's see what we get. Rules of Survival.
I've heard of
Knives Out.
Keep going.
That's the only new one, unfortunately, is Knives Out and Rules of Survival.
Damn. Maybe.
Let's go to Wikipedia.
Oh.
List of battle royale games. I'll just go through all of them. The Culling, was it that one?
The Culling, yeah. No, wait, no, that's
there
first
we go.
person.
There we go.
That's first person.
Fuck.
It's close though.
Fuck.
Thank you for
Realm Royale.
Realm Royale, no.
We have Creative Destruction, Ring of Elysium, Cyber Hunter, Brawl Stars. That sounds like shit. Rogue Heist. It's a battle royale. It's a heist. Not very royale-y to me.
No.
Call of Duty Mobile.
They count COD Mobile.
Yeah. Scarfall, the Royale Combat.
That's such a bad name. That's just a bad name.
I guess, what the fuck? Forza Horizon 4 had a battle royale mode called the Eliminator.
Oh yeah, Cody was trying to play that once, and he fucking hated it, because he lost immediately, I think.
Yeah, Cody doesn't like battle royales, I don't think. The Darwin Project, that's a pretty good name for a battle royale.
Also, I got a Curly in here. I got a Curly in
Really?
my prize.
No shit, dude. You got it. That's like getting a holographic in a Yu-Gi-Oh pack. That's like a secret rare fry right there.
Man. Can you go back to that Battle Royale page? Thank you.
Yeah. We have Spellbreak, Farlight 84, Sausage Man. That's
what a name.
What? And then, well, it has a link like embedded into the title, but when I hover over the link, it gives me a little like side thing that says Sausage Man page does not exist. So that might not even be a real one. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Battlegrounds Mobile India. How about that one?
I think that is a PUBG clone, but that might be the closest we get.
You won the Battle Royale. You got number one first place. That's how I played that game. That's actually how it goes.
I can't believe we're blanking so hard on this one. It sucks.
Well, they made a Vampire the Masquerade one. That's Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop game that I've played before, but they have Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, and it's a
that came out recently.
Battle Royale.
Like past 3 or 4 years.
World of Warcraft Plunder. WoW has a fucking battle royale mode, I guess.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Then the last one is Sonic Rumble, which is a Sonic game, and then that's all they have.
Not there. That's weird. I might have to just search up Dr. Disrespect on my phone and see if it pulls up.
Yeah. We did kill a good amount of time going through that, though.
I do
think
like
that was pretty
bringing
fun.
this up. Let me try to find this real quick. Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect,
He's 42.
he never touched that girl. He never would.
He played
I've known Dr. Disrespect and watched his streams. I've been a donor from the beginning.
H1Z1. That's what it was. Dude, H1Z1 was the shit.
Oh, yeah. I fucking said that. Z1 Battle Royale. But I guess I didn't say that it was H1Z1.
And it cut off.
Yeah. What do you think? You remember the swine flu H1N1?
Oh,
what do you think the N stood for? Just out of curiosity.
Necrosis.
That's a much better response than I was going to give. We'll put it that
You're going to go beep on that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, H1 boop 1.
I just remember everybody and their mom was playing H1Z1 in like 2016, 17, 18. And then Fortnite became really big and they just stopped playing it.
Yeah, Fortnite Fortnite killed like every Battle Royale mode in Zone pretty much. And then that one
and there's
that
PUBG
one's sticking around for a while.
Warzone, but
nobody's playing PUBG anymore. And like I said, Warzone is really like the only competitor. Or fuck, my mic cut out. Warzone is the only real competitor when it comes to battle royales and like Fortnite's monopoly on them. Basically,
yeah.
I feel like.
And
I don't play Warzone though. I think it's gay.
We are currently reaching the end of the Warzone era. With Black Ops 6, there is a like 60% chance there's no Warzone, and I am happy for it.
Was that something that they said?
Yeah, they said that in the announcement thing. They were like,
"Oh hell yeah!"
They were like, "What about Warzone?" And the lady went, "Fucking whatever. We have zombies. We're fine."
Good.
We have zombies. We're fine.
Maybe that means this game won't be 700 fucking gigabytes just to install it and download it.
Well, we already figured out it's like 300.
That's still
unironically. But that's also because the movement system's all new. All the maps are remade and renewed. They have zombies. They have a whole campaign that I heard is more than 10 missions, which is impressive.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think the new Call of Duty might get me back into video games because I am pretty excited for it.
That's what I'm hoping this college football video game that just came out will do. It has been
it revamps the Madden franchise or something.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 hours of my own experience with this game so far. But God, I love this college football game so much. Right now I'm playing as USC in the Dynasty mode. And I am just obliterating people. I'm choosing like the worst possible play and then rushing through the whole entire defensive line. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's fucking the Chin Dynasty mode.
Yeah,
and it's just killing. You just have to execute millions of fucking poor Chinese people. That's what the Chin Dynasty was all about.
Yeah, it's been quite revolutionary. This college football game. It's been 11 years since the last one. All right, you're good.
Speaking of fucking, Asian stuff, I was reading about the history of Korea recently.
Yeah, I have a book.
What a fucking shit show that was. I mean, basically, you can quantify the entirety of Korean history by a bunch of people killing each other for like thousands of years, and then the Japanese came, and then the Japanese started killing like all of them, and then the Japanese lost the war, and the Korean people still hated each other like so fucking much that they had to divide into two countries. But other than that, prior to what we see today, it was just just different factions of Korea killing millions of other factions in Korea, and it's like the most fucking raw dogged, fucked up like history of any country I think I've ever heard, except maybe like the Caucasus or like the Balkans.
Oh yeah, the Balkans are pretty bad.
The Balkans are fucked. I love reading about the Balkans because of how fucked it is, and it's also just like good. I don't know. It's good history to learn about, but I don't know. If you read enough about the Yugoslav wars, you're like, all right, I don't think I'm going to watch this new horror movie coming out. I've heard too much. I've read too much about mutilation to fucking want to see that shit on a movie screen or something. Like, it's really fucked what happened to those guys.
I can't wait for the next Marvel movie, Deadpool and Wolverine. It looked really fucking good. And I think it's funny that people are like, is the lady Deadpool in the trailer Ryan Reynolds' wife or Taylor Swift? Because it was a blonde hair strand on the shoulder.
Is she hot?
On the shoulder of Lady Deadpool, yeah.
Dude, do you think it's going to be... You think it's going to be like a skin-tight suit? We get to see some booty and stuff? I fucking hope so, man.
But it's already been proven that it's Blake Lively, which is Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Oh, nice.
There's been a lot of behind-the-scenes photos and such of it. But it's going to be funny if they CG Ryan Reynolds' face over hers and, like, clickbait you into watching the movie.
That'd be so fucked.
And then they do a flashback of when he gets his head cut off, and then it grows a lady's body instead. I think that'd be a really cool plot point.
Yeah, he gets a pussy. He gets a fucking puss because he got his head chopped off.
All right. Well, that was this week's Northwest Trenches podcast, episode 27. Thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe. We do have a Spotify in the description for all these podcasts. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yup. And remember, calling all patriots. We're going to get this dub for the one true glorious leader, Donald Trump. Now let me hear you. Trump. Okay, this is gay.
We're not doing this. Whatever.
Yeah, we're done with this bit.
And you don't seem to understand.